Okay, welcome back to another episode of Odd Talks. Just gotta get this to transition. And you did it anyway. Oh my god. Oh crap, I have my phone volume up. Yeah, welcome back to another episode of Odd Talks. With your host, myself, Jeff, and my co-host on
Brandon.
That's
me.
That side. I forgot which side you were on.
I need to fix my settings now.
Yeah, now your camera's all fucked up.
Oh well. I don't care.
Oh man. Alright, so this week we are talking about a story that I found. If I can get the right thing up here. And then I'll switch to show the info. So this guy, I don't know, I'm not sure if he's like, his name's Xavier Hunter. I don't know if he's part of like some kind of paranormal investigating group or what he's, I don't know if it says in here. Claims he's encounters with 2 potential ghosts. I thought it was only 1. Yeah, it doesn't say if he's like part of any kind of a paranormal investigation group. I haven't noticed anything that says like what his group's name is or anything like that, or if he's just doing this by himself. But he supposedly finds this this apparition or whatever you want to call it on the Queen Mary here. That face looks like a dude that loves tacos.
Honestly,
oh,
though,
that's
yeah.
great. That's great. So I'm pretty sure this video is the one that shows his little encounter.
The Queen Mary is a
God,
ship that
loud.
stands on its own category of hauntings.
There we go.
With over 150
We don't need that
reported
fucking
ghost sightings and apparitions.
blaringly loud.
The Queen Mary.
That was loud.
Come visit her from all over the world. When I first heard the ghost stories and manifestations,
Yeah, I think this dude's just by himself.
Skeptic.
I think like he's not part of a group, you know, like Ghost Hunters. That was the Taps group, you know.
I
think this
fucking loved
guy's-
watching them.
Oh, I know, so did I. But that's because of their
He
approach.
was actually murdered.
Oh yeah.
Okay, here I think
Dumped
is
his
where
body here in the Queen
you
Mary.
actually see
The
what
point
he
is
supposedly
that they have
sees.
seen this man walking this corridor
So he's
as if he's lost.
anybody listening on the audio only. He's in the Queen Mary on below decks right now. Camera is facing him, and it pans around to face directly away from him, in front of him. And as it pans around, it catches something. It's okay. They stop it right there. Let me pause this. Okay, so this totally looks like an actual human being.
It was actually the pizza guy.
The fucking pizza guy, yeah, delivered on the Queen Mary. But I don't know, like, to me, it talks about the fact that it looks like he's wearing modern clothing. Where was that? That was down here somewhere. Believes he was alone in the engine room since it was 3 a.m. and the encounters were so strong they sent shivers down his spine and left him dizzy and nauseous. Where was that part about what he was wearing? Figure almost looks...
Oh shit! Yeah, no, not the pizza guy. I meant tacos. I was trying to go off of what he said.
Oh, the taco delivery guy.
Yeah.
Figure almost looks transparent. The creepy part is that it seems to be looking directly at me. See, I don't agree with any of that. Like, I guess I kind of can see slightly how they figure it looks somewhat transparent.
I mean, it doesn't at all. It just looks like a guy standing behind him.
Like, was this guy on the ship? He claims he's on the ship by himself, but I don't know. Like,
What did you
Does he
actually
have-
Google to get to that website?
camera crew or anything? Let me just copy and paste the title here. There you go.
You could have just sent me the link, but you know.
Oh yeah, I suppose that would have been easier, hey?
It's all good. I got it.
Oh, you got it? Alright. Well, and that's kind of my thing too, Octavia, is, you know, if that's transparent, that's not very transparent. Like, that looks way too much like an actual person standing there. Like, yeah, that one light right about there is kind of cutting into the front of his face, which kind of, you could use that as your claim for transparency, but cameras can do that with light, like the weird light exposures, especially on a camera that seems to be very low quality that this guy is using.
Yeah, it literally only looks transparent because of how fast he was moving.
Yeah. And the guy's wearing, like it says down in the article below, it does say that he's wearing modern clothing, but doesn't seem to have legs.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know if I can get to a better... Yeah, okay, now let's see if that bar will go away. Now we can actually see, like, the whole body. Now, the article says it looks like he doesn't have any legs. Well, this looks like a yellow post of some kind, you know, like one of those... I know it wouldn't be like a parking post inside of a ship, but, you know, like, to describe what I'm thinking of, it looks like...
But you can clearly see his leg right behind that.
It looks like one of those yellow parking posts, and right to the left of that seems to be a leg. And there's not much lighting down there, so you're not gonna see plain as day legs like you're seeing on a shirt that's reflecting a lot more light because it's a light colored shirt. So I don't know. Like, I feel like this guy's just freaking himself out. Like, he claims...
Yeah, because then because if you go longer into the video, he hears a girl singing.
Here's a girl sing... Okay, do you actually hear it on the video?
I don't know. I didn't actually listen to it farther on.
I don't know what's back here.
Oh, you can hear the voice.
What the heck?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can. You can hear a little girl. But the thing is, how can we trust people when it comes to believing that no one else was there?
Well, and that's the problem with something like this, is that, you know, this guy's trying to make himself out to look like somebody that does this on a regular basis, or, you know...
Yeah, no, that's how they make
this
their profit,
frequently.
even if it is fake.
You know, so that to me says you're more than just yourself. You're yourself, and you've got a crew of guys that helps you out. You know, so that to me right away says there's no way you're alone on this ship. Plus the fact that who in the hell would let you go on the Queen Mary by yourself at 3 o'clock in the morning when you're some Joe Schmo? You're not even the
he's
Taps
not
group or something, you know?
He's the taco guy. Bolt, come on.
The taco guy. You know, so I don't know. Some of like this kind of stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that I don't believe in paranormal or, you know, like a spirit world of sorts or whatever. But this kind of crap I don't like, because there's just too many. There's too many uncertainties. There's too many unknowns, and that to me just makes it unbelievable. If you could show me actual proof that you were the only one on this ship at this time, and then tell me that this stuff happened and show me that this stuff happened, okay, all right, you got some cool evidence here of some actual paranormal activity. But he can't do any of that, and he can't prove anything as far as being alone on the ship.
Oh, yeah.
Either the stream is that far behind, or OBS is really messing with me right now.
What do you mean?
Well, on my phone, it's just showing the chat in the middle and then me and you. It's not showing any of the information.
No, it's fine. I've been watching it this whole time.
Okay, I don't know what's up
Everything's
with my
good.
phone then. My phone just must be that far behind then.
Your phone was really far behind when I was doing mine too. But-
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that it was actually showing the way it was for the live stream. But yeah, it's cool and all, and I know this kind of shit can happen. I know, like, I have friends and family that have dealt with this kind of shit, and I have no reason not to believe them and think that they're making the shit up or something's wrong with their head or whatever, you know. And I mean, I've dealt with weird shit in my own house, and this house was the house that I own was lived in by the lady that passed away, and then the kids were selling the house. That lady had lived in this house, and her family lived in this house since the day this house was built. So this house has always been in their family until I bought it. And I've had some crazy noises and stuff, like, you know, we'll be sitting watching TV and shit, and we'll hear what sounds like dishes clanking. You know, not like a lot, but like you know, like the sound of somebody putting a plate away, like a glass plate away. You'll hear one little sound like that, and then it's like, what the fuck? We're both
and sometimes a lot of that's just the plates can shift.
Well, and that could be as well. But you know, it's things like that that are why I say I don't completely disprove or don't completely discount paranormal being a possibility and there being
Oh no, I completely
chances for paranormal
believe in it.
activity and stuff like that. But this kind of stuff is so hard to believe, and I hate that it gets the kind of attention that it gets, because it's too easy for all of this to be faked.
Oh yeah.
And then the dude's making money and being publicized because of fake bullshit.
But then again, that's how a lot of people who claim to be ghost hunters get their money, is by faking shit, and people take interest even if knowing it's fake.
Yeah, true. But on that note, we do have our own little
Yeah.
fucked up shit that we we realized after I had found this story, we can bring this back to light, which is going to be a little uncomfortable for both me and Brandon, but we're going to do it anyway.
Yeah, because it still freaks me out.
We were streaming one night together, and it looks like, from what I saw in the Twitch clips, it looks like it was Rocket League that we were
Rocket
playing?
League. Yeah, we were playing Drop Shot.
Okay, and we'll just say it was definitely very weird. We have no explanation for what the hell happens here, so I'm gonna show you guys Brandon's side of it. Hopefully, all the audio is gonna come through good enough on the audio version of the podcast here, because you guys obviously won't be seeing any of the video. But on this clip, what you got to watch for is Brandon's reaction up in the top right corner of his stream clip. Watch for his reaction, because you're not going to hear what we're talking about in this clip. So this is more to show you that he heard something, but it wasn't recorded. So let's see. Okay, I'm going to unmute it, and then we're going to hit play. And you're there, right when he spun back really fast.
Oh no.
Okay, the audio's really quiet. Hang on, let me restart this.
Yeah, even at max volume, you will not hear anything of what we heard in what your clip will be.
Okay, so I'm gonna. Okay, so right where he turns around, just listen. You'll hear nothing.
Oh, dude, they just pulled it out of the goal. Oh no. Touch me, I dare ya.
And he just sat there, you know, like he was completely. Attention was 100% on whatever he had heard.
I had no fucking idea. I've never heard the noise before, and it was loud as shit. It sounded like it was literally right fucking behind me, and it confused the shit out of me.
So knowing all that, you know, the sound's right behind him. He's the one that reacts to the sound. You'll see in my clip, I don't react to the sound initially, until Brandon says something, which I don't know. Is that in either of the clips?
No, it is not.
Okay. But at some point, Brandon ends up finally saying something about a weird noise, and I'm like, oh, that you heard that too? Because I just kind of ignored it, thinking it was something with my audio. Just, you know, something went crazy with my audio. You'll understand why when you hear the noise. I'm going to crank the sound all the way up. So that if you're using headphones right now and this ends up being too loud, I apologize. Oh, it wasn't too loud. So you're listening for that kind of zipper sound somewhere in here. Okay, maybe it's more towards here. That zipper sound that goes over everything, and I don't react to it. Because for me, like I said, I just thought it was an audio issue, like a weird audio blip on my end, and I just ignored it. But then he says something about hearing that sound, and that's when we started discussing it. Do you have the other clip, Brandon?
Which other clip?
Of what I saw?
Yeah, I got it. Well, I can grab it really quick.
Okay.
You can actually play the actual audio bite that I sent you, and it's a little bit louder. You can hear it
Yeah, that's
better.
what I'm gonna do right now. So here's just the audio of the sound that sounded like it was in Brandon's room, but did not record on Brandon's stream, but recorded on my stream. Let's see, that's still kind of a little quiet. I don't know if I can get it turned up anymore or not. Groove doesn't seem to have a volume slider.
Yeah, you'd have to turn up Discord itself, but don't do any of that.
So I'll just play it a couple times here right in a row. See, the deeper sound that is kind of in the background, that's a game audio sound. That's something that happened in the game. But what you're listening for is just that higher pitched zipper sound. That's the only way I can describe it. And Brandon said that was loud as hell in his room.
It was literally loud as shit. That's why I reacted so quickly, because it sounded like it was right fucking here, or in the back corner of my room. I thought, initially, I thought it was like my my window AC unit.
Okay, so then this,
But
right after all of that, after all the sound, all of those sounds happened, we were just talking about it. I think we were actually still talking about it in this clip to start with. And then off to my right,
your left.
No, it was my right.
Your left from your camera pointing at you.
Well,
in the actual
sure,
stream
whatever.
clip.
Oh, see, it might have been flipped though on that scene or whatever. Oh yeah, it would be because it is flipped from my current camera to that scene. But my wife was in bed, my kid was in bed, and I swear to God, my kid came out here, and there's a wall. Let's see if I can get my hand this way from me. There's a wall that comes out to about where my shoulders are. That's all the farther it comes out. And then on the other side of that wall is the hallway to my bedroom. And out of the corner of my eye, I actually looked over because I could have sworn my kid had come walking out of the bedroom and was standing here like something was wrong. And I look over and there's nothing there. Okay. So you see me bend back. I'm not even.
What?
So now I'm trying to see if I went to go see if my daughter was actually out of bed. I actually walked into the bedroom, and both my wife and my kid were sleeping. Okay, we pissed somebody off, Brandon.
What happened?
Oh my god.
I heard a sound.
Something was just walking around in my living room. Like I saw something. Yeah, that was our experience. I don't know, what was that? Probably fucking month ago? Oh no, 5 months ago. Holy shit.
Yeah, 5 months ago. It was a
Damn.
while.
Damn, I don't remember it being that long ago. And, you know, that's the kind of shit that makes me never stop believing that it's possible for paranormal. Because that kind of shit, there is absolutely no explanation for that. Like, we did not make this shit up. We know we didn't make this shit up. This is, you know, stream clips. This is live footage of live streams. You know, there's, we're more worried about playing the game than trying to make up weird audio sounds and shit like that, you know, to make fake paranormal happenings or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, that was our personal experience with paranormal, or whatever the hell it ended up being.
Through stream, of course. I mean, I've had plenty of other shit
I
happen
still,
outside of stream.
Still to this day, the thing that blows my mind the most is that the initial sound was on your end. It was in your house. It was something heard by you. Well, it was heard by both of us, but acknowledged by you because it sounded like it was right in your room with you.
Yeah.
But yet, nothing on your end. Nothing recorded.
Literally nothing. I went in, added gain to the audio clip of my side, tried to make it as loud as possible, and you hear literally nothing.
That is so just weird, because you would think, especially even if we both heard it, at the worst, that same sound would be at the same point on both our streams. But then the fact that you add in the fact that you heard it really loud in your room, and your mic still somehow never picked it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I have never seen that video, Octavia. We don't always talk about paranormal on the stream. It's just this week is what the main thing that we do is we try to find like a weird or odd news story to talk about initially, and then we go into our other segment after that. But just this week it happened to be, this was one of the more weird stories that I had found, and was the one that I chose to talk about for this week. So it ended up being paranormal that got talked about this week, and we just happen to have our own clips of weird things happening to us as well. So
yeah,
that was why we chose all that. I don't know, that's all I got to say about all that, I think.
yeah, it's not too crazy. I mean, it's still freaking me out.
Oh, they do have a zoomed in here. Let me.
Yeah, I looked at it. It's still exactly how we all said it is.
Yeah, but I just figured I'd show that on stream, the zoomed in cutout of the guy. But yeah, I mean,
you can clearly see him holding his Walmart bag and having the tacos. Like you're not missing anything in the photo. He's got some nice tacos in a bag.
You can tell that there's some kind of a leg back there. So
oh yeah, easily. You can easily tell that's an actual person.
That's got to be a real person. And then that light is just a camera flaw, you know. The light kind of going over the dude's face. That's actually a light behind him.
It's just a motion blur. Yeah. That's all it is. The whole image being fuzzy and everything, that's just all motion blur.
That guy, the face and everything, it looks too real to be any kind of an apparition.
Exactly what Octavia said.
Clearly sporting a bag of tacos.
The motion blur is what's cutting out the actually being able to see the real bag.
That's the paranormal here, is that the bag of tacos is
Where
invisible.
Where the hell is the tacos?
The bag of tacos, you can't see it. But there's tacos in a bag in his hand, but you can't see him. All right. Well, I think on that note, I think we can start our segment.
I could have sworn I changed that.
Our other segment. Let's change what?
That timer.
Oh, the wording of it? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll definitely need to change that.
we'll need to fix it.
Okay,
It didn't change.
so we're gonna start our segment that we call
Lunar Lunacy.
Your segment.
my segment.
I'm not good at math. Fuck.
You don't have to be good at math.
That's a whole ass lie.
Where the fuck is my damn WordPad thing? There it is. Yeah, we call this Lunar Lunacy. Basically, we take a random item. Typically, what we'll do is we'll ask in our Discord community for suggestions, and then we'll pick one to do this on. We take an item and we basically figure out what it would cost to cover the surface of the moon with that item and have the entire surface of the moon completely covered. So this week we are doing basically plastic wrap, like food cling wrap, you know, saran wrap, whatever you want to call it. What we, through the little bit of research we did to figure out what we're going to use for our numbers, we went with the Glad cling wrap, 400 square foot rolls. Those are $3.99 per roll. Oops, I forgot a dollar sign. Throw that on there. $3.99 per roll. And we already know. I did fix my numbers from last week. I had a little bit of dyslexia from last week where I thought there was 5,820 feet in a mile, and it's 5,280, not 5,820. So we fixed that. We got what would this be? Million, billion, trillion. That's full. 407 trillion, 24,600 or 24 billion, 640 million square feet on the moon's surface, according to what we can find. So from what we found last week, it also costs $2,602,500,000 for a
Way too damn much.
approximately for a shuttle launch to the moon and back, according to some of the numbers from the Saturn V rockets that went out there and back. What those would cost with today's inflation and everything else figured in, it's $2 billion, basically $2.5 billion. The closest capacities that we could come up with last week, and what we're going to use until we find better capacities, is 8,400 pounds for the shuttle as far as what it can carry to the moon and back. And we were able to find that the 400 square foot roll of Glad cling wrap is approximately 1 pound per roll of the cling wrap. So basically, with those numbers, now what we got to do is figure out how many rolls it would take to cover the surface of the moon. I should probably get my calculator back up. I don't have the calculator up. Thought I still had that up.
You might need that.
Yeah, a little bit. Those are numbers that I'm not going to do in my head. Okay, so we have 407 trillion. Okay, we need to punch that number in. 407. Why don't I just use my keypad? That might be a whole lot easier. 24,640,000,000. And we need to divide that by 400. It should be pretty easy. Yeah, divide that by 400. So we're looking at, what is that? Million, billion. So 1 trillion. So we got, oh god damn it. I'm gonna have to resize my window here. Let's see how I can, come on, let me resize it. Oh, come on. And then don't even let me, there we go. Good enough. I know my desktop is a cluttered mess. Let's do it this way. There we go. Whoa. There we go. That'll work. Much better. Okay, so we got 1 trillion 17 billion 561,600,000 rolls of cling wrap. So that's how many rolls of cling wrap it's going to take to cover the moon. And then... So
That's
now...
a few.
Okay, so what do we need to figure out next? We need to figure out the cost of that. Yeah, let's figure out the cost of that. So we need to multiply that by 3.99, which gives us this. You know what I could probably do? Oh, it won't let me copy that frickin' number. Oh, you suck. I gotta retype the number no matter what. Okay, so the cost of those trillion rolls would be 4 trillion 60 billion 70 million 784,000.
You can't copy it?
No, it wouldn't let me.
Hmm.
So just for the cling wrap, we're looking at 4 trillion 60 billion 70 million $784,000 just to purchase all the cling wrap. So now we got to figure out how many trips that would take on the shuttle. So if we need 1 billion. So this is the number we need to use right here. So that times, well, 1 pound per cling wrap, it would be that many pounds.
If you right click, it'll give you the option to copy it.
Oh, okay. So then that's, okay, yep, paste. Okay, so that, we need to divide that by 8,400 because we can carry 8,400 per trip. Ooh, that's a weird number. Copy. And paste. Oh, that was not what I wanted to do. Edit. Undo. Now we'll paste. Alright, so...
Thank God for having the option to undo.
Trips to the moon. And if I could type, and back. So we're looking at, put these commas in here so it's a little easier to read. 121,138,285 trips to the moon and back to be able to get all the cling wrap up there.
Just a few.
So then we take that number. Let's actually get rid of these decimals. We don't need to be that exact. We'll just use that whole number. Paste that in there, and then that needs to be multiplied by the times 2,602,500,000. Oh God, I hate these numbers. I hate it when it gives me the E to the certain power or whatever, E with a number.
Oh yeah, that's
because it's not a very accurate number. Like I wish it would just show the actual number instead.
Yeah.
But now we got to figure out. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Alright, let's put our commas in here so we can actually read this number. I think we're going to come in a hell of a lot cheaper than the Hershey's Kisses from last week. Which actually kind of surprises me, because I would think cling wrap would be pretty expensive compared to Kisses. Alright, so we're at a million, billion,
not really.
Okay, so we come up with a cost of... the cost of getting all of the Saran Wrap to the moon and back is 350 quadrillion, 262 trillion, 386 million, or billion, 712,500,000. So we're at like 350 or 315 quadrillion.
Jesus.
Or another way to say that would be 315,000 trillion. Some people understand it better when it's said that way. Now, I don't know, this could be something that you could work on during this segment, is maybe try to find something that would put that number into perspective.
Huh?
You know, like an example that would put that number, like, so that people have a easier time understanding what that number, you know, the 315 quadrillion, kind of like Annalisa did it in the stream chat last week, where she turned it into seconds. So maybe, well, yeah, I could do that right now actually with the calculator.
Yeah, we've got a bit of time, man.
Let's see. So we got to figure out. We'd have to figure out how many seconds are in a year. So there's 60 seconds to a minute.
You're gonna do the
60
math?
minutes to an hour. Times 24 hours to a day. Times 365 days in a year. It's 31. Let's just pop this number over here, just so I don't forget it. Copy.
31,536,000.
Okay, so then we need to take this big 315 quadrillion. Paste that in there. Really? A goddamn gaming computer's calculator can't handle a number in the 100 quadrillions.
It's because it doesn't have the ease.
It can't handle that number. Like, come on. I think Google can handle that number.
Online calculator.
Let's see. Control V. And then we'll do... Do I have a division symbol? I guess I just have to use the slash, eh? Divided by...
Oh no, this is...
31 million.
I mean, it'll show up in ease too, so it might not do it.
Well, I mean, I can convert this number like I did with the other one. Dude, that is a lot of fucking years. That is a lot of years. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Comma there, comma there, comma there, and comma. So this didn't even really help it out very much, but I think it'll still make it a little easier to give you a little more perspective as far as the amount of money that is. So that $315 quadrillion that it would cost. Oh, plus you got to figure in the, well, I mean the four. What is that? $4 trillion for the cling wrap. That's minuscule compared to the 315 quadrillion for the shuttle rides. But if you're to add them together, you know, it basically 315 quadrillion, 266 trillion. But basically the cost of this would be the equivalent of, if you're to put that dollar amount into seconds, you would have 9,996,904,700,000 years if put into seconds. Back to talking about barbecue.
How
So
I feel.
You're over 9 trillion years when that money is put into the perspective of seconds.
I mean, that's like how many years I have to live, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, maybe
Yeah.
Plus or minus
Maybe
5 years.
No, I think it's like plus maybe 100. 76.
Plus or minus
Exact
100.
number.
Nah, I don't know about that. I think plus or minus like 50 maybe at the most.
No.
So yeah, that's this week's Lunar Lunacy.
Now, we've got 15 minutes to talk about whatever y'all want.
Well,
Like barbecue.
yeah, we can end it right here too. I mean, we can just make a shorter episode too. I mean, we can just do that. instead
Yeah.
of trying to drag it on. You know, that's just gonna that could get hard to listen to when we're fishing for things to talk about. You know.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. For sure, I think this week it was a little bit harder to come up with what else we want to add. I mean, we could have gone into more stuff on what we might think is fake and what's not.
Yeah, we could have talked a little bit more about that, but I don't know. I mean, we did discuss that pretty good, and I think we talked about a lot with that paranormal story. So yeah, I think we'll just call it quits here for this week, and come back next week.
Sounds good.
With another episode.
Yep.
So yeah, if anybody listening or watching through YouTube or through the podcast wants to join the community and continue the conversations about anything that we talk about any week, you're more than welcome to join our Discord community. You can also, as I said, see it on YouTube. If you don't catch it during the live stream, you can listen to it on all the major platforms: Spotify, Google Play, and iTunes. All those things will be in the descriptions, or in the about section in the Discord for the podcast. And we do this every week, 10 o'clock. We start at 10 o'clock and go till whenever we're done.
Yep. Sometimes it'll go. We usually try to length it out to at max about an hour.
Yeah, no more.
Sometimes it'll go a little bit longer. It just depends. But we're gonna try to keep that under an hour.
Yep,
for sure.
Yeah, and then if you guys are into the gaming scene and you want to check out our gaming streams, you're more than welcome to do that. You can find myself at Voltage _MD on Twitch, and then Brandon is at BrandonGameYT. Those will also be in all the descriptions of all the videos and podcasts in case you want to check those streams out.
If it's ever not, it's Jeff's fault.
Oh wow! Fucking putting the blame on me right away.
Hey, I do the editing. You put the stuff up.
That is true. I do all the descriptions and all that stuff, so that would actually be my fault then.
But if a video is not up on time, it's probably my fault because I didn't get it there.
That would be true. And all the Discord links will all be in the descriptions as well on the audio podcast and the video recording. I think besides that, I don't know if I don't think we need to roll the credits this week.
No, we do not.
100% sure of that?
Pretty positive.
Yeah, no.
You can roll it just because it says my name in it, but
yeah, I don't think we need to roll credits then. Cool. Well, I think that's gonna be about it. You guys have a good night. We'll be live with the game. Well, at least one of us will be live with a gaming stream right after this.
Yeah.
After a short break, so come check that out if you'd like. And we'll see you guys next week. Have a good one.
Peace.